QuickTime screen capture recordings allow Mac users to produce their own tutorial videos and recorded lectures. Faculty and staff who have access to an iMac or a MacBook can produce their own high-quality recordings as a way of providing students with customized training resources, flipped classroom materials, and more. We'll start with how to open QuickTime. Open a new Finder window and use Applications and QuickTime. Once QuickTime is open, you'll notice that the taskbar has changed, but there's no new window. Go to the taskbar and select File, New Screen Recording. The small window labeled Screen Recording will appear with a red Record button in the center. Next to the red Record button is a small drop-down arrow where you can choose your microphone and choose to show mouse clicks during a recording. We would recommend using the internal microphone, since the audio quality is still high as long as you are in a quiet environment and you are about 1 to 2 feet away from the computer, but the closer the better. Note, this recording was actually done with the internal microphone on a MacBook Pro. Test the audio levels by counting 1, 2, 3. It might be ideal to raise the volume of your microphone so that the bars are closer to the edges while you are speaking, but avoid raising the volume too high. If it is hitting the edges, it is likely distorting the audio. Consider having your presentation ready to go before you start recording. This might involve opening PowerPoint or Word ahead of time to help reduce the need to trim your video after the fact. You will also likely need to have your presentation notes printed or on a separate device, since you won't be able to be in presenter mode for the screen capture. Once you are ready to record, click the red Record button and you will be prompted to either click and record the whole screen or select a portion of the screen to record. We would usually recommend recording in full screen mode. Once you click a second time, the recording has begun. There should now be a small stop symbol on the taskbar that you can click to end the recording. Pull up your presentation in full screen mode and wait a couple seconds before you start presenting. This will make it easier to trim once you are finished recording. Hi, this is Ethan Whitrock with Instructional Technology, and today I'm just going to go over a quick overview of opportunities to do video and podcast assignments for faculty that are interested in incorporating a video or podcast assignment into their coursework. Both our libraries at St. Ben's and St. John's have the equipment, the laboratories, and the professional staff to help support this type of work. Video projects or audio podcasts can be done by students with a matter of a short training video or an in-person training session, and they're able to use our laboratories and studios at both campuses in order to create this work. If you have any questions, you can contact myself or any of our instructional technology team to set up a time to discuss what is possible and what kind of specific classes or assignments you have in mind. Thank you. Once you are finished recording, wait a few seconds and then hit the stop button. Your presentation may take a couple seconds to load and will pop up in the QuickTime video player. You can now review your recording. QuickTime is not set up to edit your video, but you can trim the recording by going up to Edit and selecting Trim. Now, using the yellow brackets, you can click, drag, and select the start point and end point and click Trim once you are done. You can now review your trimmed video. If the trimming is not perfect, you can select Edit, Trim, again, and adjust the clip before you save a final version. Finally, exporting and converting your finished video. If your recording is finished and you are ready to save your video, go to the taskbar and select File, Export As, and select 1080p, which is considered full high definition. Next, you will need to select a title and a location for the file. We would recommend using your desktop or a folder structure to keep files organized. Also, make sure to give your file a title that will help you find the file later. Version numbers, or dates with periods, can be helpful. The longer the recording was, the longer the export process will take. But once it is done, you will officially have a video file of your screen capture recording. However, it is an MOV file, or a QuickTime file, which means it is especially going to be ideal for Mac users, but not necessarily PC Windows users. To convert the file to MP4, you will need to right-click the video file and select Get Info. A window will pop up with information about your video. Scroll down to Name and Extension and rename the last 3 letters of the file from MOV changed to MP4, and then press the Enter or Return key. You will be asked, are you sure you want to change the extension from MOV to MP4? Select Use MP4. Your video is now in MP4, which means it is easier to share online, and it will play for both Mac and Windows users. To share the video file with others, our recommendation is to upload the video to OneDrive or as an unlisted YouTube link. Let us know if you have any questions about sharing your finished video files with students. Thank you for watching this video tutorial. Please contact Instructional Technology if you have any questions.